integrity, character, and trust. Now, all three of these are important foundations of leadership. However, today, we're only going to focus on one, integrity. C.S. Lewis once said that integrity is simply doing the right thing when no one else is watching. So here's some more ways to build your integrity. Commit yourself to be honest. Don't shade the truth, don't fudge the numbers. Also, be truthful and honest even when it hurts you personally. Now, this comes up more often than you would think, and it can be pretty painful. Also, strive to abide by all the rules and regulations because perceptions really do matter. So here's a personal example of how this plays out. I once worked for a company that was pretty clear and strict on their rules for the use of a company vehicle. You could go from the main building, we'll call it point A, to point B for a meeting, and of course anywhere along that direct route. One day I'd wrapped up a meeting, happened to be around the lunch hour, and I was driving back to the main building. Now my personal residence happened to be along that direct route. So by our regulations, I could have legally gone into my house and had lunch. However, I didn't do it. Here's why. If any of my fellow coworkers had seen the company vehicle parked at my private residence, in their mind they would have thought, well, I guess the rules don't apply to him. Now, unbeknownst to me, immediately in that situation, in their eyes, both my integrity and my leadership would have started to erode. So again, perceptions really do matter. So now I want to share with you a really good true story about a man named Ruben Gonzalez, who walked out his integrity in a really big and a really costly way. Gonzalez grew up on the streets of Spanish Harlem in New York City. As a young teenager, he became a member of a gang called the Harlem Blues. Now, one way the Harlem Blues brought in cash was to place bets on handball. So Gonzalez got into handball, and he got really good. In fact, every time he was in a match, he would give his guts out to win. He got this never give up attitude. Now, eventually, street handball served as a gateway for Gonzalez into racquetball. As Gonzalez's racquetball skills moved to a higher and higher level, eventually he landed himself into the racquetball professional circuit. In his first professional tournament, the purse was worth $40,000. As Gonzalez made his way through the tournament, he eventually had to face the then reigning national champion named Marty Hogan. Now, in the fifth and final game of the final match of the tournament, Gonzalez was serving. He hit a kill shot. The referee called it good, the front lineman called it good, and now Gonzalez had won the tournament and the $40,000. After a moment's hesitation, Gonzalez turns around and says to the ref, "My ball actually hit the floor first and then bounced into the wall," thereby making his shot null and void. The referee reversed his decision. Point went over to his opponent, who went on to win the entire tournament and the $40,000 purse. The crowd was stunned when Gonzalez walked off the court. About 2 months later, National Racquetball magazine interviewed Gonzalez, and they asked him, "Why'd you do it?" Gonzalez said, "Look, I know I was the only person that saw my ball hit the floor first. However, I knew it, and it was the only thing I could do to maintain my integrity." And that reminds me of the C.S. Lewis quote. Integrity is doing the right thing when no one is watching. No one was watching that ball hit the floor first except Gonzalez. Next time, we'll talk about some more foundations of leadership.